need to watch this video, fam. Museveni explained how selfish, self-centered, and self-serving these people are. And honestly, I couldn't have said it better. Watch this clip and we'll come back.
Uranium, etc. We've got a lot of uranium here. You have heard of the quarrels going on in Niger. There's a crisis now in an African country known as Niger. I think some of our friends from West Africa know it better, Togo and Cameroon, they know it better. You have heard of the quarrels going on in Niger, in West Africa, about uranium being taken to Europe. That's how I came to know recently. When this crisis started, we started getting information that apparently Niger is exporting a lot of uranium to Europe and to France for them to use in their nuclear power stations to generate electricity for themselves. So this morning I took interest. I said, by the way, what is the electricity supply in Niger? Before you sell uranium to the other person, how about you? What's happening to you? Now I found, I was told, there is a measurement they call kilowatt hour per capita. Kilowatt hour per capita. Apparently, the kilowatt hour per capita of electricity in Niger is 51. 51. Every person in Niger is using 51 kilowatt hour per capita. The GDP of Niger is US $613. Now, here in Uganda, our kilowatt hour per capita was very low, was like this some years ago, was as low as this one of Niger. But now it's about 300, still very low, but that's where it is. Then how about the United States? What is the kilowatt hour per capita of the United States? 12,000. And there's a country called Iceland. It has got a lot of electricity. Of course, they have got a small population, but it is 54,000. Now, Uganda has got a lot of uranium. Some years ago, a Western company came and proposed to mine the uranium. They came here, said they want to mine the uranium. I asked them, mine it and take it where? They said, export it. That was their answer. I asked them, export it for what purposes? They told me, for the purposes of generating nuclear energy, for electricity, and other uses such as medicine, vector control, etc. I then asked them, have you heard a rumor that there are some human beings here in Uganda who need electricity, who need nuclear medicine, and who need vector control services? I asked them, you want to take the uranium, but have you had a rumor that there are some human beings here? It's not confirmed that they are there, but could it be a rumor that there are some human beings here? Why don't you propose to build that capacity here for the benefit of these human beings who live in Uganda. And maybe we can put aside some quantity of uranium for supporting the economies of our friends in the West. After that, after you have addressed my issue, I can also share with you so that you also go and solve yours. But to tell me that you solve my problems and forget yours, I cannot accept that. They never came back. They never came back.
This shows us how selfish these people are, and all they care about is serving themselves, and they really don't care what happens to our people, the people that they are exploiting, the people that they're taking these resources from and leaving us with nothing. So it's wonderful that Museveni is talking about this, and I'm so happy that at least Uganda was able to say no to this ridiculous evil deal that they were proposing. But unfortunately, as we all know, many African countries have said yes to this exploitative deals, and we're dealing with them right now. And Niger is just the best example. They said no. They've overthrown President Mohammed, that is known as a Western ally, and now they're dealing with the consequences. So that's exactly why we need to stand up with Niger, because they want to make an example of Niger. They don't want to lose Niger and their resources. So if they're going to come for Niger, they have to go through us. Fam, Niger needs us right now. Almost all of us have some kind of social media presence, right? Not everyone might have a huge following, but whatever we got, we need to use it to help and support our brothers and sisters. Don't underestimate the power that we have when we come together and speak up. Let's make noise. Let's give our voices to our brothers and sisters in Niger, because you know what the enemy uses. You know how they do it, and we have that knowledge. So let's just come together and talk about it. I love the fact that Museveni mentioned Niger in his recent speech. He was recently, addressing the G25 Africa Coffee Summit, and in that meeting, he said, honestly, I believe Museveni is such a great storyteller. Like, I felt like I was right there with him when he was talking about the company that came to Uganda and wanted to dig up their uranium and take it. And I thought it was so funny when he said, and about the people that are here. I could be wrong, but I think there's rumor out there that there are people here in Uganda that might need to use that resource. My God, that was funny. I thought he was hilarious. But I love the fact that he talked about Niger, and he took the time to educate people. Even though it's about coffee, it's still about resources, right? He addressed the current situation that is happening in Niger, and we love to see it. We want to lend our voice to Nigerians because they deserve it. They need us right now more than ever. They need all of us to come together and say, do not invade Niger. Do not even think about interfering in Niger's politics or business right now, because at the end of the day, we care about the people. That's who we stand for. And the people of Niger went out to the streets to support the coup and to say that they are against the ECOWAS threats and sanctions. About 30,000 Nigerians went out and told us exactly how they feel about the situation. So as I said earlier, if Nigerians like this new leadership and they no longer want the president to be leading them, then we are 100% with them, because the people equals Niger. Not about what Macron feels, not about what the US President Biden feels, or even ECOWAS for that matter. We would love to sit here and say ECOWAS are also other African leaders, so we need to, think about them. But they're literally threatening their neighboring country with military force and they're sanctioning them. Fam, the crazy thing about the situation is Italy's foreign minister, right? Like, Italy is outside of Africa. They were telling them, please wait, do not move in with your military force because, you know, maybe you can solve it with a dialogue, which is a no-brainer. Like, why are you even getting up and telling your brothers and sisters, we're gonna come and attack? Like, what? This is just, this is so annoying, but it's okay. We need to also focus on the positive, right? As we covered before, Burkina Faso and Mali are supporting them. Now I like how Museveni gave them airtime and he was talking about their situation, how horrible their situation is right now. And also there are so many Africans I am seeing on social media supporting Niger and really lending their voice for Niger. So we love to hear it. We love to see it. Oh, and before I forget, I wanted to show you a video that went viral just recently. A Nigerian soldier posted on TikTok with his other, colleagues, soldiers. He was basically saying, please, Niger, be nice to us. We're going to be deployed soon. And they don't know if they're going to return back home to their family members. I'm pretty sure that soldier by now is suspended because I don't think they're allowed to do that. But you see what it is doing to our people. It is turning us against one another. They're making us fight each other. This is not right. This is something that is just, we should not accept and we should call out. By the way, Museveni said a whole lot more than this. I just snipped a little bit from a channel called Ben Live. Go and watch the whole entire clip. He said a lot. And honestly, as I said, he's a good storyteller and he makes his point perfectly. I want you to go and check that out. But anyways, fam, what are your thoughts on this? Let me know down below.